Hello, my beautiful podcast listeners of Chlorinated Thoughts. I'm back. Today I'm talking about how we are going to be blooming as spring blooms. At this moment, it is the 16th of March 2024, because I do believe February is the last month of the winter, and I know back home in March it's still pretty cold, but the flowers are blooming and it's really pretty. I thought it would be a good idea to record a spring themed episode and just have us keep being expired. Whoa, no, Leah, no, not expired. Have us keep getting inspired and motivated for our grind season. Winter is usually when all of the problems in my life occur. Once I start seeing the sunshine, life becomes just so much better. I actually saw a reel yesterday. This guy was talking and he was like, everything bad that you're experiencing, every darkness that you're experiencing is only helping you to appreciate the light in your life when it comes. And darkness is more of a detox. Make space for all the love and light that is about to flow into your being. So I believe that firmly, that bad things are only bad things if you perceive them that way, and you can always find something good to come out of something dark that you're experiencing. Yeah, I thought it would be a great time to talk about just theories on success and just helping you get motivated for this new upcoming, season of the year. I wanted to share with you guys that recently I bought a Whoop, which I don't know if you guys know what that is. This video is not sponsored by Whoop, although that would be great if it was, but it's not. I've seen a lot of my fellow swimmer friends wearing this thing called a Whoop, which is basically a health tracker that you keep on your wrist, throughout your whole day or night, literally throughout your whole life, I guess. It's basically just a band and has a little sensor that tracks, I guess, your heart rate, your blood oxygen, your strain, stress levels, sleep, recovery, how efficient you're sleeping and stuff. And I think it's just been very insightful to see what I'm actually doing, how what I'm doing is affecting me, how much my sleep is affecting me. I think it keeps me accountable, which is one thing I want to elaborate on. Is if you cannot find the motivation to keep you on track on your goals because you feel like your mind is not enough for you to be kept accountable, I think it would be great to find an accountability partner for anything that you're trying to achieve. So an appointment set with a tutor for one of your classes, you owe it to them to show up because you already have a tutor, you're already paying them, and it becomes a habit of where you're like, well, I can't just, cancel it because then my money's going to be wasted, his time's going to be wasted, my time is going to be wasted. So you have the responsibility to go, and in turn, you receive the pleasure of actually getting a good grade in your exam because you actually know what's going on in the class. That's just a brief example. I feel like this Whoop has kept me accountable to get more sleep, actually try and do ice baths. I'm trying to do ice baths 3 times a week. Last week I did it. This week, not so much. So next week we're going to try and get back on track with it. Ice baths also not just challenge you physically, but they challenge you mentally of cold water. Look within you and not focus on how freaking cold the water is. I think that's a good way to strengthen your mind as well as help you recover physically if you're doing high strained sports. Another thing that I'm going to try and implement into these ice baths is I've really wanted to incorporate meditation into my everyday routines. I have not been successful in doing that so far. What I was thinking of is I could probably get into the ice bath. It starts to be really effective when you're in there for 10 minutes, which is a crazy amount of minutes, but I've done it once, so it is possible. So I was thinking of, while I'm in there, just closing my eyes and trying to meditate through that coldness and stuff basically checks off 2 things that I want to achieve in one go. Also, yeah, well, I'll probably be more prone to doing it as I really don't have anything else to do in the ice bath other than just sit there. That's my plan. I'm going to break that into steps, focus on strategies, not goals. As you see, what I'm talking about is I want to meditate. I want to recover faster. What does that all like tie into? It basically ties into higher performance in swimming. So what I'm doing now is I'm taking one small part of being successful in something big and focusing on that and creating strategies on one small step for me to be able to propel myself forward, which ultimately contributes into your much bigger goal. Because as you do these little strategies, these little steps, step by step, they will accumulate, and by the time you know it, you're going to be the best. And that is all we can hope for. Yeah, I'm thinking of breaking even that ice bath into small steps. So first being in the ice bath, probably being in there for 5 minutes, and then increasing, adding the meditation, maybe adding visualization after 2. Those are further steps that I can think about when I get there. I'm really enjoying and like grasping, optimize the most, or like get the most out of my whoop, get the most information out of it, and like use it for a purpose, not just have that information there, because then what is it there for? Why is it there then? What is that? Don't touch the something. Why are they there then? Okay, I don't know. Anyways, when I first signed up, I got a like referral link, and it's like if 3 people use your link to sign up for Whoop, then I get a free wristband, and you guys get a free month off of Whoop. If you guys want to do that, I'll put the link in my bio. And it's actually a pretty good price. It's like $200 for a whole year to track it, and then yeah, you get the free Whoop with the subscription. So that's pretty cool too. I think it's really nice and stuff. I really hope that like this like sensor isn't like harmful to like the body and stuff. I don't want it to like exude these rays. So hopefully that's not a thing. I don't think it will be, because I feel like it would have health hazards already, and they wouldn't really be selling this product if that was a thing. So I trust it, and I trust it to keep me accountable. This season, my honey bunnies, we have to take action. We honestly have nothing to lose. School is coming to an end soon, at least. Well, I finished school in May. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I've really been really anxious and really stressing about my grades in school because I want to do really good. As I told you guys, I did not know really about GPAs last semester, so I was just like, pass this class. No, honey, you need to get A's. And then obviously pass the classes. Just pass the classes that are like super hard, which is one of my classes this semester. Freaking Calc 210, brief calculus. Guys, it is something that is really challenging me right now, and I've been really anxious about it. My midterm is coming up next Tuesday on the 19th of March, so please pray for me. I've literally been doing math every day, like studying it, and that is a point that I have to make, is take action. You cannot keep delaying the things that you do not want to do, because those are just going to cause negative consequences, and you're going to be literally regretting the time where you said, okay, well, I'm going to be on my phone for 5 more minutes. No, go do math now, or go like study, or go work out now, because then after you're done with it, you can do whatever you want. I also saw this other reel on Instagram, and then it was this guy that said, when you wake up in the morning, you have to wake up and affirm to yourself like these 3 words over and over: do it now, do it now, do it now, do it now. And whenever you think of something that you want to procrastinate about, you're gonna have that mantra in your head saying, do it now, do it now, do it now. So in turn, it's going to wire your subconscious brain and wire your brain into really creating that habit of just doing it now and not leaving it for your future self, because you're just giving your future self more work to do while your present self is literally not doing anything. Think about your future self, and I know you know that you know, whoa. I know you know that your future self is going to regret it so bad if you're not doing what you have to do right now. Take action, guys. I've been doing math every day. I'm always like, okay, well, I'm gonna do a little bit of math before, I don't know, before I hang out with my boyfriend. And that like turns into me doing like an hour and a half of math. And I'm like, okay, this wasn't even that bad. And now I'm not stressing so much about how my exam is going to go. I'm just like, okay, I need to take it step by step. I need to just work out the problems. I need to look at as many problem videos as I can. Just have that information in your brain. Even if you're watching videos on how to do it, you're asking other people, you're seeing it be written on paper. Trust me, guys, if you put in the work, the universe will find a way to make it happen for you somehow. I have a story. We have to do 8 hours of like study hall because we're student athletes at this like center, like right across the street. So we have to be signed in 8 hours a week to prove that we've been like studying for 8 hours, even though we literally study like in our dorm and everywhere else, but we still have to do that. I was going to study hall and I saw my coach walking there too because he needed to do something. And he was like, how are you? I'm like, oh, I'm good. I'm going to study hall. And he's like, oh, like, how is school going? And I'm like, well, I've been really stressing about this math exam or like this math I have. I just really want to pass it, blah, blah, blah. He was like, okay, let me tell you a story. And he told me that when he was in college, he needed this one last class to pass to get his degree. And he was like at a 30%, like it was bad, like he didn't know anything. Like the final was coming up. The exam was to like talk to the professor. You have to like talk one-on-one, and it was, I don't know, probably like about something. Basically, he was like, I'm going to learn all of this just to pass this class. Like I just need to pass it to get my degree. He goes and he was studying so much for this final. He goes into this class and starts talking to the professor. He said it like went really bad, like not really, hitting the mark on the things. And then the professor asks him, what do you want to be after this degree? Like, what do you want to do? And he goes, well, I just want to go into coaching. And they started talking for an hour and a half about coaching and everything else. So it had like nothing to do with what the actual final was about. Believe it or not, he leaves the class. He's like, well, I failed this, but at least I had a good conversation with the professor. His final grade, the teacher gave him like 100 on the final and gave him like a bunch of extra credit, and he passed the class with a B. I think that is insane. Like he told me that it's like if you're really trying to, make something work and you're working towards it, then somehow it's going to happen. Like you just need to trust that like all the work you're putting in is going to pay off and it's going to work out for you for the better. So that's what I'm trusting, and I'm still really putting in all that work for the universe to support me. I actually recorded a podcast, season 1 of Chlorinated Thoughts, maybe a year and a half ago. I was talking about energy, everything about energy, vibrational frequencies and stuff like that, and was reminded of this when we were at our Pac-12 conference meet. Our coaches really encourage us to cheer for our teammates, to like bring up the whole energy of everyone. And our coaches do also preach like when we have finals, and if I'm swimming in the first event of the night, I need to work extra hard to start making that energy flow. So trying my best and going fast, because if you start out with a bang, all of your teammates will get inspired and motivated to replicate what you have replicated. So our coaches always say the energy you put out is the energy you get in, and vice versa. So the energy you put in is the energy you're going to get out. If you have an event that you're swimming that day, or like, in like half an hour or something, you can still cheer for your other teammates that are swimming now. All that positive energy you're radiating out, you're going to create that positive energy for you to also consume and put back in. Because if you're cheering for your teammates will cheer for you. It's going to create this great circle of energy and just keep each other in the flow. That applies to all aspects of life. The energy you put into your friendship is the energy you're going to get out. The energy you put into a goal is the energy you're going to get out. But make sure it is a positive energy, because even if it's a negative energy, that is a type of energy you will be receiving, is negative energy. Another thing that ties into positive energy are affirmations. You have to embody the desired traits. A confident person does not fear success. She's excited for her goals to be achieved because she knows she will achieve them. A confident person does not doubt. A confident person instead visualizes how it's going to feel when she wins. A confident person does not listen to others' bullshit. They instead put their head down and hit back 10 times harder when they hear someone doubting them, because they believe in themselves. So in order to embody these desired traits, you create affirmations for yourself like, I do not fear success. Instead, I'm excited to win. Or, I do not doubt myself. Instead, I visualize my success. I do not listen to others' bullshit. Instead, I laugh in their face and show them who's boss. So you can really be so creative with affirmations. I literally just thought of those on the spot, and what you can do is write them down. I made this in the new year. It is basically like, I guess, a vision board, but it's like more words than like, I don't really put pictures in it. I just drew on it and stuff, and I have 2 affirmations on it, and it goes, I named myself, I said, Leah, you are so capable and you are so strong. And I also put, I am confident, motivated, positive. Like, I get to see this every day I wake up or every time I look at the wall, because my bed is here and the wall is right next to it. So whenever I'm getting dressed, I can literally just see it and like soak everything that's on it in. Even if you're not intentionally affirming these things to yourself, if you write it on places or put it at places that you see every day, your subconscious mind is absorbing that information. But obviously, it is best if you actively try to reaffirm these things to yourselves, because that's when you can acquire these traits the fastest and actually make yourself believe them. Another thing that I wanted to touch on is, I think sometimes we take things too seriously. I know I do with swimming. I think really swimming is the only thing I take really seriously, because it's been a part of my life for so long. I have a lot of experience with training with boys. Like, we have a lot of the people in our group are boys at ASU, and I was the only girl on my team by the last 2 years of swimming back home in Hungary. And I noticed a lot of characteristics that boys have. The mindset they have towards swimming in boys is different with the mindset that girls have towards swimming. I think boys can make it really lighthearted and fun and make it a game. Like, they can be competitive with each other without making it turn into beef. And I think that's really inspiring. Like, making your life a game is probably one of the best things you can do, because it takes away how serious you can take something. And by making it a game, I mean you can just test your capabilities. Like, think to yourself, how can I test my capabilities? How powerful can I really get? Manifestation blooms from curiosity, not anxiety. And I think taking things really seriously usually results in anxious feelings. But when you're actually having fun with something, it usually results in more curiosity than anxiety. If, for example, you have a challenge in front of you and you're like, oh, I don't want to do this, or like, I don't want to do this, it's boring, or gonna be really hard, it's gonna hurt, or whatever, you can say to yourself, how can I use this this to challenge my capabilities and see how powerful I can get. How fast can I go on this set? Like, how complicated of a math problem can I solve? Or what is the maximum number of people I can talk in front of? How many people can I make laugh during this comedy set that I'm doing? Asking yourself these questions, it turns it more into a game rather than something stressful that you get anxious from. So, say it with me. As spring blooms, we are blooming with it. It's been actually so nice to just talk. Like, I've been wanting to film this episode, record this episode for a while. Please, guys, when you feel motivated, get your ass up and work. Okay, that really sounds like the Kim Kardashian when she got canceled for it or something, when she goes, get your ass up and work, because a lot of people don't want to do the work. Okay, it's kind of true, but also, she's a very privileged woman, and yeah, maybe she should just, calm down a little bit. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I don't know if it was a little bit all over the place, but I feel like incorporate a lot of different things from wider topics, but I think all of these things that I have been talking about today have been valuable, and they've just been like small bits of information that I've gathered over the weeks. Make sure to follow and rate this podcast a 5 stars or whatever stars you feel like it deserves. That's all I have for you honey bunnies today. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I'll be back with another episode. If you guys have any questions or ideas or recommendations on what I should film, you guys can put that in the, I think, suggestion box down below. There's like a thing where you can type stuff. I'll see you guys next week. I love ya. Stay blessed, and I'll see you guys next week.